Hey guys, so sorry for the late upload. Unfortunately, my audio when we recorded got corrupted, so I've done my best with this episode. I had to go through and completely remimic myself, so hopefully it's not too weird, but you know, I'm getting this out as best I can, so hope you guys enjoy.
Welcome to the Horror Unmasked podcast,
Where we unmask the monsters
and explore the lore.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Lily, and today
Is our HHN Part 2.
Dos.
If you cannot tell, we are tired.
I just want to sleep and nap.
We went hard. We did 2 days in a row.
Pedal to the fucking pavement.
We are both sore and tired.
Yeah, like I'm looking at us right now. I know my eyes are droopy.
Yeah.
Your eyes are droopy. We still got makeup residue up in them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Our bones hurt.
Yeah. So.
It's rainy outside.
We literally went on the 7th.
Of September.
And we had Express and we did stay and Scream.
So we were there for 11 hours? No.
We got there around 3.
Yeah, we were there for 11. No, 12. Because we left at 3. Like, we didn't get back to the hotel
No, I'm saying we got to the event at around 3.
at 3.
And got to home at the hotel around 3.
Hotel at 3. So.
We were there for an ungodly amount of time. So we
All
did
of the
get through a bunch of
houses.
stuff. Tried some food and stuff.
All the houses and the show.
Yeah. 10 houses, the show. Unfortunately, while we were there, it was drizzly and rainy, which meant that most of the scare zones that we were going through were empty.
No scare actors. Because if you didn't know, if it's raining outside, the scare actors are not going to be there because they can't mess up either their masks or their makeup.
Or their costumes.
That too. Costumes they don't always really care about, but yeah.
There's some levels of certain elements of costumes that they cannot get destroyed.
Yeah. But latex and prosthetics and things like that go away in the rain. So
Yeah, for real. It was only because we went the 7th as our big day on the 7th. Then we went on the 8th. That one we went later in the event, later at night, and only did 4, 5, technically for her, for Lily.
Oh yeah.
But for me, 4 houses.
Mm-hmm.
That night, fucking Universal flooded a little bit
Oh.
because of how much rain.
It was so fun. We were in line for Ghostbusters and we were like sharing an umbrella, and then once the literal second we stepped underneath the awning that was there,
It fucking
it poured.
torrential. And when we got out, it was
Still
just
like
as
that.
bad, if not
Yeah.
worse. So I had to we were going to grab food and stuff and sit inside while it rained.
Mhm.
And fucking, I'm over here at a food stall trying to keep my food out of the rain.
I ran straight to Minions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Found a spot, was just dripping all over the table.
Yeah. Was just wet and cold, but to be honest, it was still a good night. We still got to see the show.
For sure. We did everything we set out to do.
Yeah, for reals.
So, which makes it a huge win in my
Oh, yeah.
book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Don't do that.
Hey, hey. We're both so fucking tired.
Eepy girls.
2 days in a row is a lot.
Plus the one we went to see Beetlejuice. So
Yeah.
let's set the scene for you guys. So we took off a few days from work and things.
Yeah.
And, because obviously we're working the event.
Yeah.
So we took off a few days to actually go. And we did our thing last year where we got a hotel. And we were going to go to Volcano Bay on Friday and then go watch Beetlejuice.
But that did not happen.
That did not happen. We got there too late. We had to stop at Hot Topic and Walgreens to get a few a few goodies.
Also, just the night before, I didn't get home till like 4 a.m.
Yeah, for me it was
since
3.
I didn't sleep till about 5. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot to have to wake up earlier, and we just didn't make it to VB.
Yeah, because we both had work the night before.
Yeah. So it was definitely a lot. But we went and ate at Baba Gump.
Woo!
Super good.
So delicious.
Very, very good. Absolutely fantastic.
Steak, broccoli, fried rice, mac and cheese, drinks.
Absolutely delicious. Then we went and got Menchie's.
Because I've been craving that for like 3 months.
And every
4
time
months.
she was like, we need to make sure we need to get it. And then we would never get it because we always
or
forget
if like I was out with other people, I'd be like, I want Menchie's. They'd be like, eh.
I had a great combination, which was the toasted marshmallows with the milk chocolate caramel turtles and the fucking Heath bar bits.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if I got the toasted one, I'd put like the marshmallow fluff. No, I wouldn't get the marshmallow fluff. I would get like the chocolate sauce on top and then put some like graham cracker crumbles in there.
I thought about putting more caramel in it, but I didn't.
I had the cake batter with waffle cone pieces and cookie dough bite.
Yes.
So good.
And a couple strawberries.
The strawberries were just for me. I didn't really mix them in anywhere. I just ate the strawberries.
Just because she wanted strawberries.
I like strawberries.
But that shit was good.
It was so good.
I'll probably go back there again to get that toasted marshmallow.
I want to try that one next, I think.
That shit was so good.
It was good. And there were these heathen teenage boys in there that just
oh my fuck. A gaggle of fucking boys.
Yep.
Just a plethora of them just being absolute.
How many do you think were in there? I think there were like 10.
10 of them. They were fucking menaces.
They had to be asked multiple times to stop eating the ice cream before they paid for it.
Because they literally had the full-size cups. Because the Menchie's out at Universal does not give out samples. So you have to make a choice.
Commit to it, yeah.
And so they just...
Or you would just like put a little bit, like you wouldn't fill it up, just put a little dupe and then like dip your fingernail in until...
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to yell at you for that. But if you're sitting there eating the ice cream fully...
Because they literally pulled the handle down on one of them and just made a fucking swirl on the thing.
That's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
And like, they had the full cups.
Those poor workers.
They had the full fucking cups and they were just underneath it, just eating all the different things.
I will say that's the hardest I've seen those Menchie's workers work.
And I'm also not going to lie to you. It was a little gross too because they were literally opening the candy things.
Yeah.
And just taking the candy things with their bare ass hands.
I mean, I did that with my waffle cone pieces, but I made sure not to touch any other pieces because they didn't have like a tong. It was just a spoon for the giant waffle cone. Like, how are you supposed to grab that with a tiny spoon?
You would need tongs for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were literally just opening shit.
Grabbing,
and making sure that they were doing it.
Yeah.
They would look behind them first to make sure that they weren't caught.
That one worker was literally
They knew they were fucking around and being absolute dickheads.
In the middle of restocking the candy pieces too.
Yeah.
It was so sad. There was one guy who was in front of me, one of the teenagers who was in front of me, who was actually very polite and like committed to what he wanted and the pieces that he wanted and was apologizing that he was in front of me and taking his time. And I was like, you're fine.
You're the only respectable one in this group. Why are you friends with them? Go find better friends. These guys are absolute dicks.
They'll grow. They'll learn.
Like
teenagers.
Yeah, sometimes they commit to that absolute
and then they just become
dickhead.
Toxic men.
Yeah, they become absolute dickheads.
Anyway.
So even I looked at one of the workers and was like, fucking kids, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, good luck, man.
Yeah. Good night. Yeah, and then we walked our happy ass with our Menchie's over onto Beetlejuice.
It was so good.
We dressed up, you know, we had
gotten our Beetlejuice
our Beetlejuice t-shirts. I had my hat, my little pins. Yeah.
And jacket and everything. Slimer green shoes.
Yeah, there were so many people that were dressing up for Beetlejuice. It was so nice.
Oh, yeah. Whether it be like full-on fits, full-on costumes.
Yeah.
Stuff, or even just PJ style stuff. A plethora of people.
It was really nice. And then it was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
A couple things at the beginning that I thought were kind of weird.
But it's also because you have to think it's Tim Burton.
Yeah. It's
So
Beetlejuice.
obviously, you know, a little claymation's not shocking.
No, but that was so weird.
Yeah,
like
a little
that
weird.
description. I don't know.
But you want to know what? I can understand why they did it, knowing the information we know about the actor.
No, same.
Like, it makes sense after the fact that they did, because they didn't want to have him actually there.
Yeah. So they cut Charles Dietz out because his the actor is a pedophile.
Yeah,
So they cut his character out and kind of killed him off.
yeah.
And then told what happened to him in like a
Claymation style.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
But other
it was
than that, I
definitely-
really enjoyed it.
it was a lot of fun. I fucking nailed at least the initial guess of what.
Yeah.
I was very happy with that.
You were missing a
'cause I got
couple
it.
little details.
I was missing a couple details, but
you pretty much nailed it.
I like the fact that I caught that one. Obviously, we're not going to spoil it.
No.
We're going to get to it in November, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So then we got back to the hotel. We went to sleep.
we went to sleep,
And then we woke up.
and then we started getting ready.
Mm-hmm. So every year we do a little costume thing.
Yeah.
Sort of, because you're not allowed to have
Get all dressed up and
like
stuff.
real costumes at HHN, but
Yeah.
we do like semi.
It's like casual cosplay,
Yeah.
but like, because we buy clothes and things like that.
Like
so-
legit clothes and just theme it to whatever.
Yeah.
So I was a pirate.
And I was like a koi fish mermaid kind of thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
So
Got lots of compliments.
lots of compliments. I got a bracelet.
You did.
I was so happy.
I walked away for 5
You went to the
minutes
bathroom.
to go to
That's
the
on you.
bathroom.
And I got a bracelet.
What? Why would you say it like that? I just had to pee, and then I came back, and like they were sitting.
You
at
tried
the
to
table.
post up so hard.
I did.
You tried to post up so hard, trying to be so cool. And they just walked by.
No, what happened was I got back. Amber told me she got a bracelet, and she was like, "Yeah, so it's people right across the way, like in that seat, like literally right next to us."
Literally right there.
And so I literally tried to lean back in my chair and look all cool so they would notice me and give me a bracelet, and then they walked away.
That was so funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god. To me that was like basically what adulthood is, trying to be with the cool
Yes.
kids.
Yeah. I mean, because like as a house attendant, it's like not coveted, but coveted is like getting goodie bags and the bracelets and stuff. Anytime we see the people with the bracelets walk by, it's like we want one, but we can't say anything. Also, just being given goodie bags is just exciting because you put them in your pocket and you're like, yee, got stuff. I got things.
Yeah. Next year I'm hoping to make some bracelets and ignore the cool kids. They're like, they aren't for you.
They're not for you. Sorry.
But that leads us right into the night.
Yes.
And
It was a good night. It was a good night.
it was. We basically
had a
just
good
looped around
selection.
the park. We did stuff like
Yeah.
from Torture Fair to Blumhouse to Swamp to Demon Queens.
But I will say, like we said, we do have a list for the scare zones, but
I don't think it's
it's
accurate
not
to what we
accurate
would actually
enough.
feel
also,
just because of the rain.
yeah. As someone who's seen bits and pieces, I know that Sinister and Surreal interact with their specific scare zones, and unfortunately, we did not get to experience any of that. And I feel like that's partially because of the rain. I'm just happy that on the 8th that I was able to see Sinister and Surreal. I was just happy that I
did not.
able to see them. But I'm hoping that I'd like to go again at some point to maybe, even if it's the waiting outside the gate and then coming in, so that I could possibly get a chance to see them in their respective scare zones and things like that. But yeah. Do you want to do the scare zone list and then talk about food and merch?
Sure.
All right. Again, this is not very accurate,
There's one.
but it's pretty good for what
one
it
scare
was.
zone I didn't even see, just because we went.
Talking about, one of them really wasn't.
I know,
like a
but it was
scare zone?
just the duality of fear one,
Facts.
the one at the very front, because we either did we either came late to the event or we did stand screen.
Yeah.
And then we left after it was over and the characters were gone. So I didn't really get to go through that scare zone with any actors at all.
Yeah. So we can go from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is Duality of Fear.
Same.
Yeah. And that's mainly just because it's a scare zone, but it's like, but not at the same time, because eventually the leads end up in their respective scare zones and stuff. So, and then for number 4, I put Enter the Blumhouse.
Same.
I liked it. It was good. We got to see the grabber and Megan and everybody. So
we got a really good photo with me.
Yeah.
Thanks to Amber.
It's really funny because I was just snapping pictures.
Yeah, I was kind of just like having a conversation with the grabber and then posing for the photo. And then when I was done, I like looked back up.
And he snapped his belt at her and she fucking jumped.
Yeah.
But what was fun is that the picture looks good. It just looks like they're staring at each other. But then you do the whole thing to let it play.
As a live
and
photo.
There's a live photo and there's a fucking jump scare in it. It's great.
I love it.
It was very, very fun. Number 3, I put Swamp of the Undead.
Same. I think we're going to have the exact same list.
Maybe. Swamp of the Undead was a good scare zone. I just feel like the last couple of years have been a bit more, like, a little bit more. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? That place was packed to the brim. They had fucking grass and docks.
No, I know.
And,
I guess
and
I'm just thinking more
and,
of like there's stuff missing because there's usually stuff missing in the trees and stuff like that.
I see what you mean.
And
I feel like there was so much on the floor
entrance
already,
and
though.
Exits usually have like pretty big to do stuff. So it's not that it was bad. It was very good. It was a very good looking zone. It always usually is. But I feel like there was just a smidge more and it might have been higher.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Torture Fair.
Same.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like Torture Fair. It was good.
This is why I say I think we're going to have the same.
But unfortunately, I feel like we missed seeing a lot of it.
No, yeah, I agree.
And again, I would have liked to have seen Sinister actually like over there. And then number 1 is Demon Queens.
Demon Queens.
I love that zone.
Yeah, that zone is really awesome. Like the not only like the props and the set design, but just like the masks and the makeup that they had.
Also, the lighting and the sound effects are really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because there's this warp sounding sound effects and stuff. And they love black light and working with blues and things in that area. And I love that. But yeah, the Demon Queens one was very good.
I don't think your list changed, but the only thing that happened to mine was I moved from Demon Queens from the middle to the top.
Maybe. My other list will definitely be different. Way different. Way different.
Oh, same.
Like way more different than I thought it would be.
For the houses?
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild.
And I think we're going to have very different lists.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. So we can get into food.
Sweets and things.
And all of our goodies that we have collected. At least I have a list of all the things that we've had. So obviously there's a booth associated with every house and just like the classic food places that are the universal stuff. So we had our twisted taters, obviously.
We did.
Classic.
So good.
Always have to have one.
Always. Although they were a little more crunchy than I would have liked this year.
And that might also...
But usually they're also too soft. So I feel like they're still working on that in
also,
between.
I think the bigger part of it is that it really depends on how... It's almost like you need to be going during the middle time frame of the event. Because then they're in their groove.
Gotcha.
You know? We went pretty early, so there's a level of it that, you know.
Yeah.
I had some alcohol.
I did not.
She did not.
Because...
But
I'm okay.
I will say that my favorite drink I had was the Black Cat's Reprieve. which was weird because the drink is orange. But what's also funny is people have actually referred to black cats as voids, and that the voids are just over burnt oranges. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, it had watermelon in it, and it was fucking delicious.
It was really good.
It was so good.
I had a little sip.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Another part of why I didn't have alcohol was just because I had a lot of soda in it, and I'm doing this thing
where she's not having fast food or soda
all month.
So, and it's literally the year that it has the bars as Fanta bars.
Yeah.
So
everything was soda.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Everything had something soda related.
I was
in
fine.
it.
I wasn't upset about it. Yeah. And a little sip is not what I consider breaking the rules personally.
Yeah. Obviously, because it's very popular on the internet, we had the mini State Puff marshmallow.
That was
s'mores.
my favorite.
It was very good. Very good. Very good. The weirdest thing that I think we had that neither of us liked was the wooden board eclair from The Quiet Place.
It definitely looked really cool.
It looks great. It tastes weird.
Very weird. Very no good.
We understood that it was spicy and understood that there was going to be spice in that. There was a given.
I did not
and we understood that one.
Because
I knew it because it's in the description.
You knew? You told me. I forgot.
She forgot that it was going to be spicy.
So I got it, took a bite, and was like, huh?
Yeah. I took a bite of it. Obviously, I understood that it was spicy, but also the breading
was just
the pastry
hard.
Tasted kind of plasticky.
And it was dry.
It was very weird. Eclairs are always, I never usually am a fan of eclairs because they always usually are dry or not filled enough.
I will say, I think I would like eclairs because I feel like they should be what a Boston cream is.
Yeah. She keeps thinking she might like them.
I keep eating them.
Oh, I do the same shit because I keep wanting them to be a Boston cream and then they're not.
They're just not.
And instead, I should just be buying a Boston cream because that's the point. Yeah. You know. And obviously, like, I'm hoping to go back so I can try other things because I do have a decent list. Also, I had the Surreal Soda and the Sinister Spritz. Both of those were also very good.
What they taste like? I can have I can go have it in October, but
I think the Surreal Soda was very good. It was like a purplish green, purpley shade. It was very good. The Sinister Spritz was more soda, kind of like it wasn't necessarily the same as the Chucky drink.
Ugh.
No, not that one.
Okay.
The My Bloody Valentine, which was like Sprite with
like
alcohol and grenadine.
Okay.
Like the Sinister Spritz was very similar to that. Not exactly, but the base alcohol, a Sprite, soda, an orange soda, I think, and then flavoring. So
that's nice.
It wasn't super alcohol-y. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that we had. I was really on the 8th from the Eternal Bloodlines booth. I got the fish and chips and the bride cake. The fish and chips were fucking amazing.
They smelled really good.
They tasted great. They were perfect. The tartar sauce that they gave you, the sauce,
that was yummy.
Was very good.
It was very tasty.
It had a totally different flavor profile. It was very good. And the bride cake was very cute, very good. The filling, the raspberry filling was very good. I had from the Slaughter Cinema booth the Rocks from Hell, which is like jalapeno cheddar.
I had the basic walking taco there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cole thing like literally looked.
Yeah, they literally look like black rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
they weren't bad.
They weren't bad. They were pretty good.
It was just cheese and jalapeno inside of a Cole looking piece
literally
of bread.
Like a bread shell with cheese and jalapeno inside. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I just wish it were more hot because I like things very, very hot when I eat them.
And she's not talking about spice. She's talking about warmth. She wants them to be warmer. But you also kind of understand because it's a quick service location. Like, I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Because it's quick service.
As a team member, I just walk them to the back and put them in the microwave real quick. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah. My only thing is I almost wish that they were a little bit thicker, breadier. You know? I feel like that would have been really
anything
well with
that is
you
like
know?
colored bread, I'm not a fan, and I don't trust it. It was literally black bread. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like those burgers that they have at usually where do they have those? Is it Burger King or McDonald's where they like have colored the bread? It's like black or red.
Burger King.
Burger King.
Like for Halloween.
Yeah.
And where they do the black buns. Yeah. That's usually Burger King. McDonald's doesn't really do that. Yep. If you have those, your poop will be green.
Are you speaking from experience?
No. From hearing about it, thinking about eating it, and then seeing comments about it.
Cold bites.
No.
You're talking about the Burger King.
I'm talking about the Burger King.
That's part of the reason why I'm not.
Because it uses squid ink.
Yeah.
For that.
Weird.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just be crapping my brains out because fish.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
No. It's not that same. I wouldn't think.
Well, I don't know if
same.
it comes from fish. Then I don't know. I haven't tested it, and I don't want to.
And then the Triplets of Terror.
Yeah.
I got the Say Cheeseburger, which was very good. I really like that. That was very good. That was a very good burger. Like, you know what I mean? There's a couple times when you can get burgers from some of these places and they're not that great, but the bread was great and everything.
It looked very crispy.
Their for some reason their burgers at the Halloween Horror Nights events are pretty good. They taste good. They don't taste like what you would think quick service burger would taste like. And then I got the Slasher sibling sampler, which had a bubblegum mousse balloon, a funfetti cake.
Hold on, wait. The balloon was sparkly, by the way.
The balloon was sparkly.
Just had to add that in there.
It had glitter on it. And then a like dark chocolate mousse chocolate cheesecake cone thing.
Which I will say did not look very edible when you were able to squish the cone and twist it and it was still in one piece. Like it was gooey.
That was the weird part, but of the three, I would have to say my favorite was probably the balloon. Then the cheesecake. The funfetti cupcake was like whipped cream instead of frosting on the top.
Ew, don't
and
do that, guys.
The cupcake was a little dry, but for the most part it was not terrible. So, but yeah, there are obviously some other things that I definitely have on this list that I would like to try, but it's good to know that I did get a lot of the stuff crossed off my list.
That's good.
And then we can talk about some of the merch that we collected.
Oh my god, there's so much.
There's so much merch that we did collect, and then there's so much that we still want. At least that I want.
I only want like 3-4 more things.
No, I have several things. My other problem is that there are some things that I want that are unfortunately just not available. And there's like, I have a really strong fingers fucking cross. Otherwise, I might have to go on the website and try and purchase it through there.
What is it?
Was the Lil Boo keychain and the Lil Boo shoulder pal.
I'm sure they
weren't in stock.
I'm sure
for
you can
either
get that
of those
online.
days.
Or they'll probably come back. It's beginning of September. The event just started.
They literally just, like literally on the 23rd of August, we went to check out stuff. And then a couple weeks later, they've already started running out of things from that time period.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll restock soon if it's that popular.
And they told me that they restock stuff every day. So, but obviously they have some things that come in different times. But I did, because I'm really excited, because I did get the denim jacket, the denim vest.
It's a vest,
not
a jacket.
The denim vest.
Because it doesn't have sleeves.
But
it is very cool.
It is a very cool.
Not my style, but it's really dope.
And then obviously because I'm working the Ghostbusters house, I got Ghostbusters shirt, jacket, and the pants, which are
dripped out,
so comfy.
I'm literally wearing them.
Yeah.
Right now.
She got the pants and the Ghostbusters
and they
tank top.
are some of the most comfortable things that I've ever put on my body. Like, okay, There are some pants that I can only wear after I've shaved my legs. And then they feel nice to me. Because usually they, like, pants catch on my hairs.
Yeah.
So I can't wear them when I haven't shaved in a bit. These, I haven't shaved in a bit. And they are still
Comfy.
so soft. Just,
Yeah. Universal does very good with their pants, which is very nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then, I don't know, man. I have a pretty thick list of stuff that I would like to get. I did get the Mel's Dye-In tee, which I'm very excited about because obviously Mel's Dye-In is a staple.
I'm sure they'll bring it back.
So I'm glad I got it. There was a whole bunch that was still there. So
I'm not.
if you're looking for
I
it,
don't
go
really
for
like
it.
to wear the color pink.
But you might get the pin.
The pin would be cool.
Yeah. Because the pin is like
But
an
at
apron.
the same time, you can't really see that it says Mel's Dye-In. It just looks like an apron. So I feel like if they had a different pin, then I would totally go for it. But I don't know.
But yeah, some pretty good stuff. There's a decent collection. Obviously, there's still some stuff that we want.
Like that flannel.
Yeah. The flannel's really
Oh
cool.
my God. There's a bright green flannel, and then it has on the back panel, like, put in with, like, what would you say? Like little...
They're like studs.
Yeah, studs.
It's the same studs that are on the denim vest.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah.
With patches, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And then, like, the front of it has, like, a skeleton rib cage on half of it. So, very cool stuff. I also want the Ghostbusters Spirit jersey. Since I have the pants, I need the shirt to match. Duh.
Yeah, the Spirit jersey is very cool. That's one of the things that I was thinking
And then
about.
I got Amber Still Wants is like the Insidious and the Quiet Place like tie-dye shirts.
Yes.
With the faces of the monsters on them.
Yes.
They're so cool. I love them.
And then I also got the Sinister and Surreal shirt, which was one of the ones that I was wanting to get. I got the house shirt and she got the house jacket. And then
there's another hoodie I got that had
some of the key,
Otis,
Quiet Place Monster, and then the Dracula's Daughter.
Yeah.
So it had some of the main monsters, like the IP based monsters. And then one of the shirts that I do want to get has some of the other monsters from the other houses.
Oh, you're talking about like the split?
Yeah, the split one.
Yeah.
To show the different ones, which is fun because
the monster from my house is on
it.
Which I'm pretty sure I can say what house I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people posting.
Yeah.
I'm in Deadly Exhibit.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this and you want to pop by, I might see you there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I'm going to be hanging around. I'm going to just be in there.
Yeah. Very, very fun house. We had a really good time in all of the houses. They were very fun.
Yeah.
Which means we can technically get into the houses if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a very interesting...
Time for the re-ranking of our houses.
And the surprise that it might be for some of it, to be honest. Okay. We'll start at number 10.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I have Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodline.
Damn! At the fucking bottom? At the bottom?
I didn't know. Hey, it doesn't mean I hated the house. I don't hate the house.
Okay, I will say.
I liked
like I said,
every single one of the houses.
Yeah, like I said in last episode, in no way do I hate any of these houses. They're all so incredible and so much work and dedication and effort and time and creativity goes into these things. And I love every minute. And I know Amber loves every minute. It's just how we appreciate them in the order that we do.
And I do really like this house. I do like it a lot. It's just the other option would be me putting my house at number 10 would be the option. And that's just because I fucking work the house. Like, that's my house.
Oh my God.
Obviously, I like it, but I'd be cheating if I put it anywhere higher. But I did put it somewhere a little higher. I would literally swap, if anything, the Universal Monsters with where Ghostbusters is. And that would be about it.
Damn. Ghostbusters at the bottom.
We just explained to them that it's not that we made the house. They hate the houses.
I know.
I work the fucking house, bitch.
I know. But not even I put my house close to that.
Well, yeah, but that's because that's you.
And I feel like I owe it more than that.
Because my house doesn't scare me.
I just put it on how I liked it, not about how scary it is.
Well, I liked all of them. They'd all be a fucking number one if I wanted to, but I gotta put them in someplace.
So you're going off of scare base.
You're not allowed to tell me I'm supposed to be fucking that I'm not shitting on. I'm shitting on a house.
I'm not saying you're shitting on it. I'm saying you're doing scare based. I'm doing just more how I enjoyed it.
This is just how I put it. I have fixed my list.
Okay.
So I will re-give you my number 10.
Okay.
Which is Ghostbusters.
Damn.
And that's only because I'm in that house all the time. I know that house very well. It doesn't scare me the same. I still love the house, but for me personally, and I know it's different for you, but putting it anywhere higher,
you haven't heard the rest of my
would
list.
be cheating.
Okay.
Because then that's favoritism.
Okay.
I want to be honest. I want to give the rest of the houses that I really hadn't ever gotten to experience a better chance of where they're supposed to be versus me just putting Ghostbusters in a spot just because that's my house.
No, I agree with
you know, I don't want to do that. And I do love the house, but it's not scary. It's a fun house. It's a fun experience. It's very much like Beetlejuice.
There are some, I did get a couple scares in there though, but that's just.
See, if I didn't work the event at all, maybe it might be somewhere else, but I have no clue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my number 10. Now that I actually have added Major Sweets Candy Factory.
All right. Yeah, my number 10 is Major Sweets. There's just nothing I can really say about it.
Yeah.
There were some very cool elements to it. I like that there was a chainsaw and the little rat that came out of the wall and stuff, but it wasn't that memorable to me.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool though. To me, I would interchange this between my 9 and 10. I feel like they're kind of interchangeable.
I would say mine and 10 would be interchangeable because my 9 is Major Sweets.
Okay.
And that's why I said I'm not going to put Ghostbusters in some other place, but essentially I have 9 houses that I can really review. Mm-hmm. But I would say Major Sweets and Ghostbusters, I could interchange the two of them.
My number 9 would be Triplets.
Okay.
Triplets of Terror.
Yeah.
Very interesting, very cool. I love there's a podcast element to it.
Yeah.
Hello.
And you're going through their cases.
Mm-hmm. And I, like you mentioned, which I didn't even notice, there is a nod to Major Sweets in it. Yeah. Which is very cool. Yeah. And the story that it tells between them being young to them growing up and like the different murders they've committed. But I just it didn't resonate with me that hard.
Yeah, I thought it was very cool, but
very cool.
Like I said, I had things I like more.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Because my number 8 is Triplets of Terror.
Okay, all right.
Because I liked it. I liked the idea of the podcast and all of that, and the fact that we got to see the timeline of everything was pretty cool.
My number 8, Deadly Exhibit.
Oh,
you see what I mean? Like, because that's where I agree with you. Like, I've seen the house. It doesn't get to me. I work it. I live it every day. You smile and you're happy to be inside of it. Yeah, for sure. But it's not the same as going through a house for the first time. Yeah. Experiencing it. I went through that house and like going through the house now as a guest instead of working it, I still feel like I'm working it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's, you already know all the people, you know all the characters. Yeah. You're kind of looking at it of like a work standpoint rather than a let's have fun standpoint. And I think that's why even for me with Ghostbusters, that's very similar. Which is why, to be honest, we shouldn't even have our houses on this list. Yeah. Like, because if we're really talking about it then my house should also be at the bottom. Yeah. Just because. Technically, we had 9 houses that we could really truthfully review. Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah. Now, my number 7 is The Eternal Bloodlines. Same. Because thinking about it, realizing it, and paying more attention, I do really like the house. I do think it's a very cool concept. I also love the fact that it nods to and directly in connection with a direct connection to not just Epic for that Epic universe, but also got a direct reference to the house that was the Dracula, Mummy, and Wolfman. Yeah, the one that we love so much. Yeah, because the medallion that they were all fighting for is featured in this house. Yeah.
and very clearly
So cool.
is part of an element of it.
It's a continuation, which is kind of like what the epic universe. Yeah, it's a continuation of just.
It's a what if the monsters took over the world sort of situation. So very cool. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
My number 6 is A Quiet Place. I like the house a lot. It was very beautiful. But yeah, like the monsters were cool. I like them a lot. I thought they were very interesting. I like the sculpts on a lot of them. But yeah, it's nothing over crazy or over negative, you know?
My number 6 is Insidious.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Really?
On that
You're
one.
shocked by that one?
Yeah. I'm shocked it's so low on your list.
That in no way means I don't like it. It's very good. I got lots of screams. But to me, it felt like I was looking at the same thing the entire time. Because it was like, yeah, there were different monsters in it, but it still, to me, I felt like I was seeing the same one over and over again. And it was just red lights throughout the entire thing, which I get because it's, Insidious. Insidious is red.
Also, a bigger correction on her side. She chose to go into it blind with no context.
That as well.
I went in with context, so I understood everything that I was seeing.
So
she was just blind. So I feel like if she actually knew anything about what was going on and understood any of the references, she would have gotten it a little bit better and it might be in a different place.
But that's a maybe.
But right now, with her zero context, that is where she's placed it.
I'll give y'all an update once I've watched the movies and go through the house again on like a different episode.
Yeah.
So you'll just have to look out for that. But yeah.
Since we do have Insidious as one of the movies that we will also be doing.
Yeah, so I'll update you then.
Yeah.
I'll update you then. But as of right now, I honestly don't think even if I saw the movies, it would change anything for me. That's
making an assumption.
Yeah, it's an assumption. Yeah. That's why I said I think. I don't know, but I just... It was scary, for sure. Just there were other things that I enjoyed more.
Yeah. I think also we rank these lists very differently for very different reasons. Because my number 5 is Goblin's Feast.
Okay.
It was a fun house. It was very cute. I liked it a lot.
That's all you gotta say?
That's about it.
For me, mine was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The first time I went through the house, there weren't a whole lot of scare actors in it. Just because
some of them I think were just missing.
Yeah, some of them were missing. I don't think a lot of them made it to the set yet, or some of them were still like getting into their into their things, into their places.
Because it was very early.
Yeah, it was very early because we went first day in Scream, so it just opened up. But even the first time with people missing, I enjoyed that house so much. I even got a couple scares, and I fucking absolutely adore all of the little Stay Puft guys. Because they're not just little statues. They actually fucking move.
Oh, yeah. Some of them are static. Most of them have mechanicals bits in them to make their arms and heads and stuff shift and move.
Yep. So cool. So cool. And then the second time we went through it, like, I got even more. I got the stilt walkers. I got to see Slimer.
Yeah.
And I got even more scares. Yeah. And
Slimer lunged at you.
He did. Because I went, Slimer! And then he almost touched me. So that was really fun. I really like that house. Because you also got to see the iconic car and the packs and just a bunch of the monsters that are in there. And I really enjoyed it.
And she got a good jump scare at the exit.
I did. I really did. She didn't tell me that there was a stilt walker back there.
Nope.
Ugh.
Nope.
So, yeah, I enjoyed that house.
Yeah. My number 4 is the museum, Deadly Exhibit. Because I, regardless of my cousin here working it, really did enjoy the house. I really enjoyed it. I like the concept. I've always loved museums, point blank. And I like the idea of a haunted museum, like a cursed museum, I think is a really dope concept.
It's very cool.
So that's, I loved going to each of the rooms and experiencing everything.
I feel like I wish there were more to it.
I don't know.
Personally. But that's just because I've seen it all over and over again.
Like, I had a lot of fun. Even the fucking characters that were supposed to blend into the wall, and I saw them there, still got me.
Yep.
So it was fun. I liked it.
We have a chat in our actor chat. So the people who are supposed to blend to the walls, one of the scare actors put in the chat that they got a couple people, and a couple of the comments they got was like I like it, Picasso. Or I think I have this skin on Fortnite. It's just so funny to like hear people's comments about the costumes and stuff. Just even when I pop out, I love the like I just love hearing the comments of like there was one lady that went, "I love this house." It's just things like that. It's so nice to hear, and just people actually interacting and enjoying what you're doing and how you're presenting. Even if we didn't come up with the costumes ourselves, like it's still an honor and a privilege to be able to bring it to life. So cool.
And trust me, it's definitely fun when you verbalize how much you're enjoying the house while you're inside the house.
Yeah.
Because even the house attendants get to hear it. Mm-hmm. Like, the house attendants are just as much a part of it as the cast. Like, the cast and the house attendant will both be excited if they hear you vocalize how much you love the house.
Because that's their home base too. Like, it's the same as like the actors as well. Like, we didn't put any part in creating it, but we're still here every day working and making sure that everybody's safe and having a good time. So yeah, we want everybody to be enjoying themselves. My number 4, Slaughter Cinema.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Yeah.
Fucking love this house. It's got a big shark and a skull that looks like Eddie Munson with his hair.
I mean, it's just a fun house. That's my number 3. I liked it a lot. I like the concept that the outside leading up to it is very cool with the 2 cars parked, like it's an actual drive-in. But I also love the fact is that as you go through each room, it's a room and then a hallway that tells you what the next film is. So I enjoy that fact that you are introduced to the movie and then you get to be in the movie for each of those rooms. I thought was very cool.
Yeah.
And I get why the people who were so excited that there was going to be a Slaughter Cinema 2, I can get the original hype of probably that original house.
It's why I think this one and my next one are also kind of interchangeable, just because it is so good, and it's a very long house too. So like every I was dotted, every T was crossed. Like it was very good. Every room was so intricately made and designed and decorated and so colorful, and there's a mummy stripper, so of course. And a giant fucking shark. And if you know me, Megalogodona shark. I'm obsessed. So when you have a giant shark puppet coming at me, I'm going to be so excited. Point blank period.
If she could have a megalodon, she would.
If I could have one as a pet, I don't think I would. But
if she had like the giant shark jaw.
If I could have the giant shark jaws like in my house, I would definitely do that. I think all creatures are free creatures. You should not have a fucking megalodon as a pet. That's stupid. If I learned anything from...
For your personal safety.
If I learned anything...
Because it's a fucking megalodon.
From the Meg or the Meg 2, let those bitches free.
Yeah.
Let them go. Let them...
Do what they gonna do.
Obviously, they don't exist. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge.
The Mariana Trench is deep. Anyway.
Obviously, there's scientific facts proving that they wouldn't be alive down there, but I don't care. I like to live. Let me live. I'm just a girl.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
My number 3 was Quiet Place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I knew for you, The Quiet Place was going to be significantly higher just because of your love for the whole situation. It's a very cool fucking house.
So good. Like, and it wasn't just Quiet Place 1, but it also had Quiet Place 2 in it. So, and I thought it was just going to be the first movie. So the fact that they merged both into one was so cool for me. And
the puppets were really fucking cool.
The puppets were the cherry on the top. They were so well done. Every single one was so intricate and well painted and well designed, and it was just like I wasn't expecting them to be so big.
Yeah,
they were huge.
Some of them were full body puppets, and some of them were just the heads and stuff that would pop out of things.
Yeah,
but
so cool. Oh, yeah. So very cool. And I loved the little tidbit of the one guy being dragged from under the garage. Yeah. That was dope. And then the Radio Shack. What I didn't like was that it goes dark, so like the people who pass through that room without getting to see the scare don't get to see that room. Yeah. But when the lights are on, you get to see the Radio Shack scene where like they're fighting the last couple fucking angels of death
angels.
Happies. And it's just so bright and colorful and really cool. And then that last one really got me yesterday because I went and did it by myself again. Yeah. Yesterday.
She went through a house for the first time.
So
by
that's
herself.
Also why it's up there because it's like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's like me when I did the fucking the Wolfman, Dracula, and Mummy house by myself.
The thing is, it wasn't that bad for me just because it was the people in front of me who kept getting the scares. So I was always like one away. Yeah. Which made it better. Yeah. I would have liked to be scared though, just to be like, ha ha ha, I did my first house and survived. But yeah, the last one did get me. I was done. Super good though.
My number 2 is Monstros of Latin America.
Same.
I love that motherfucking house.
Yep. So fucking good.
And when I say that the house attendants also really like it when you vocalize, because when we went through the house for the first time and we got into the fucking room with the big ass La Lechuza animatronic, and I was like, good. It's so fucking cool. Yeah. And I turned and looked at the fucking house attendant and he's just smiling. Yep. I'm like, yeah, because it's a cool ass piece.
So fucking cool. And I was not expecting that. Like, just the whole house in general is just so...
And El Sabone got me so good. That motherfucker, he was after your ass.
Oh my, he was. Because that bitch was on stilts, okay? And we all know me and the stilt people. Like, there's just something about it. The people on the stilts just really get me, okay? Every time he would come around a corner... Or he'd come through a little hallway. I was on the floor.
You were just like, I'm gone. I can't.
I was on the floor. He got me one, and like me and Amber had like a bit of a distance between us, and I literally
rush up on my back.
Like hands on both shoulders, just like on her. Because oh my God.
And I loved when you got to La Lechuza, because they have like a picture of them and they announce
it's their area.
They're in the area.
Uh-huh. So they each had their own section,
which was really nice.
So awesome.
And so, but when you got to El Cibone's and La Lechuzas, you got to see the image fades and you can see them standing behind it. Yep. And what's cool is the La Lechuza one was actually an actor standing behind it.
Usually it was just like their statue. Yeah. So when you see La Lechuza, you're like,
and then she comes around the corner and fucking gets you.
Yep. Yep. So good. So good.
It was a very good house. Yeah. And then what's funny is I knew something was going to happen.
Oh my God.
When we were exiting the house the first time. I exited the house and I knew he was there. And I turned to watch the scare happen. Ugh. Because they have a stilt walker, El Sabone.
Like on fucking massive fucking stilts.
Just come for you.
I walk out the curtain like, oh my God, we're
and she
done.
Thinks she's good.
We're good.
And then he just boom.
Like literally almost touching me and I fell to the fucking floor.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't just a quick scream. Like it was
so funny.
It was a long one.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Because what's fun on the 8th was the next day. And when we did Ghostbusters the next day, what she didn't realize was the stilt walker there either. And he got her.
It again.
It was great.
It's like, are you serious? These stilt walkers just love to come for me. And I'm all for it. Please do. I love it every time. Like, the stilt walkers really get me. In Hill House, in Ghostbusters, in Monstros. Like,
very good.
Keep coming for me, please. And okay.
Your
I think
number 2?
It makes sense that, like, obviously I said Slaughter, Cinema, and Quiet Place are kind of, like, interchangeable. So, like, technically my top 3 all include like a big fucking animatronic type thing. Like it was the shark, then it was La Lechuza, and now it's a goblin because my number 1 is Goblin's Feast.
Your number 1 is Goblin's Feast. You fucking love that house.
I love it. It matches my silly crazy.
You love that house.
It does. I do.
You literally left that house, and I think that's my favorite house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's Insidious, The Further.
Mm-hmm. This is totally different
vibes.
Totally different vibes. Like, completely.
Mine Insidious, The Further house is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's got it. What's so funny is I remembered shit, and then I also realized, oh fuck, I forgot that this was part of it as we were entering certain rooms, and I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch those and do that one again.
But you also were, the next day, you were like singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Through the window, by the window,
yep.
through the willow tree,
and if you've seen Insidious, you know.
With me.
But yeah, there's an entire scene where it's just like several hallways worth of curtains, and you just don't know where he's coming from.
It kind of lasted too long for me.
You just kept screaming. It was turn and then scream and then turn and then scream and turn and
I'd scream. And yeah, because it was literally just a few hallways of curtains that were on raised platforms.
That motherfucker
so you literally did not know
came for us
when they were gonna come out.
And because we left this house and we both started losing our voices a little bit.
Yeah, it hurt after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So again, that's why I really love it, but it's still number 5? No, 6. Number 6 for me.
But yeah.
But for Goblin's Feast, for me, when I experienced it for the first time, it was just so silly, goofy, crazy, scary for me, and I just went in as giddy as could fucking be, and I think all of the scare actors noticed it.
Oh yeah,
because they all just kept coming for me, and then when they would go back into their holes, they like, okay, so what I would do, I would like clap at them and be like, oh my gosh, yay, or I'd like, they would throw hearts at me, and then they would clap at me back, and then they would do the little finger toodaloo when they would go back into their holes, and like they were really interacting with me and like just matching my level of excitement for it, and it was just it was so good. I loved it a lot. And then there was like a giant fucking goblin hand, and then at the end a giant fucking goblin animatronic, the Goblin King. Fucking incredible. I don't know what I was expecting for that house, but it okay, I guess I was expecting more like orc type goblins, like more creepy type goblins, but this was definitely
you were expecting it to be more scary than whimsical.
Yeah, but it was so much more whimsical than I expected, and I loved it so much.
It had a very high level of whimsy,
and I think that's just also part of it. Like, it was silly, whimsy, and scary, because there were like the second time I went through, it freaked me out more than it did. Like,
I would put that and Ghostbusters. Goblin's Feast and Ghostbusters on the same level, because they're both fun, but you could get scared, but they were more fun environments to be in and walking through.
I just loved that they noticed
enjoying yourself.
That I was really having a good time in there, because it was like all of them, and I was just like, I love this house, it's so good. And I just love the throwing the hearts and the giving me little claps and the just hell yeah, so good.
But we hope to keep going and everything, and maybe get a couple more times in before the event is out.
Because the only way I'm going to be able to get to go really is through like stuff they have for team members specifically.
Yeah.
And I really hope I get to do Goblin's Feast and Insidious.
Yeah.
And Slaughterhouse again. I think those are the ones that
because as a scare actor, their ability for days off is way more restrictive.
Yeah, let's just say we don't get those. We request in for a day off and we get denied just because we have to be there every day. Otherwise, it puts a strain on, the alternates that they have for us, and also just us not being there in the house if they can't get an alternate. Which is hard because people are paying a lot of money to come and see the scares, and if there's a scare actor not there, they're missing out on that.
And there may also be just a level of it that's based on like if you're a more important character and things like that may have a bit more strictness with it. So but yeah
the show
oh shit, the show. Can you tell I'm tired? The show was fucking amazing,
as always. Just as always.
The show, great music. Their
Melanie Martinez.
Their acrobatic stuff was fucking phenomenal.
So good. Jaw on the floor every
The
time.
girl was hanging by her hair.
Hanging by her hair. You could tell she was getting snatched. Her eyes were like up in her fucking hairline. It was nuts. But I was like, that has to hurt.
Way more like magic style tricks and everything. Because obviously it's circus thing and you get more of that.
They really went all out with the costumes this year.
I also
my
think
favorite.
That the storyline for it is a perfect setup for next year. As the ability to continue it.
Yeah.
You know? It reminds me of the previous, which was Nightmare Fuel.
This is Nocturnal Circus.
Nocturnal Circus was this one.
Yeah.
And I think that they did a very good job with the story.
Yeah, it's a really good story. And then there's parts in there you're like, what?
What the fuck?
I was not expecting that. Just like always.
And here's the thing. With this show, you have to pay attention to multiple different places or you will miss things.
I've missed the ending act twice.
For real.
Like, I haven't seen it.
But like, well, a specific stunt that happens in the ending act. But even like pointing out certain illusions and things that are happening in the background of the main performance parts is a lot of fun to see all the different pieces of it.
These people are crazy. They work their asses off. They're so talented.
Hell yeah.
I will never understand how they do it. They're also hot and sexy.
Yeah.
And just so good.
Yeah. All right. Now officially we are good. We've gone over everything.
Yeah.
We are both very ready to sleep.
I got to take a test and then I got to go home.
You do have to take a test. But we will be back next week for our episode on The Invisible Man, the newer one.
Yes.
But look forward to that. For real.
That's our sign off yawn.
The tired is fucking real. Alrighty. So you can send us an email at horrorunmasked@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram, at Twitter, X, at horrorunmasked. You can listen on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, and YouTube at Horror Unmasked Podcast. And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to ask. Will you fear?
Or will you fear not?